Ladies and gentlemen, my name is TechGamer, and today we're doing a talent guide on monks, Windwalker monks. So, I've been playing a lot of monks lately for this past season. I was gonna play shaman, but I leveled a monk using RAF, and I really enjoy them. I like their mobility and their overall CC, and how they can really reset a fight in 1v2s. So this is a talent guide on how you can be good at PvP. So let's get into this bad boy. In the first tier is more of your move and speed type of talents. I go with Tiger's Lust. Instantly clears the target of all immobilizing effects and movement impaired effects, and increases their movement speed by 670% for 6 seconds. This is your best bet. You get more speed with Tiger Lust, and it also removes any immobilizing effects on you. So it's kind of like having, say, a freedom on a pally. That's what basically Tiger's Lust is. Now you can get rooted again after you get out of your immobilizing effect, but this is really good of gaining speed. It gives you 70% movement increase, and it gets you out of roots. More bang for your buck. The reason I don't go for momentum, because momentum gives you a 25% movement speed for 10 seconds after one roll, and if you roll a second time, you get another 50%. And you get the 50%. It still is 10 seconds if you roll twice, so you don't really get as much speed with this one, really. You only get 50% for only 10 seconds, versus this one you get a 70% for 6 seconds, and it removes immobilizing effects. Clarity just adds an extra roll or your chi torpedo, so this is completely useless. Now, on the second tier is more of your healing tiers, or healing and damage abilities. I go with Chi Wave. This Chi Wave is a must-have. You cause a wave of chi energy to flow through your friend or foe, dealing 19k nature damage and 16k healing. Bounces up to 7 times to the nearest targets within 25 yards. When bounces to allies, Chi Wave will prefer the most injured or full health. Now this is great to keep yourself up. This gives you about 16k worth of heals, which is really good in my opinion compared to everything else. It does damage also, so you can be doing damage and healing yourself. Definitely use this on cooldown all the time. Definitely keep proccing this, and make sure you're near somebody when you're using this, because you get faster heals that way, and you survive a lot faster. Zen Sphere forms a sphere above the target, healing the target for 3k and dealing 3k nature damage. This is completely useless in my opinion. It doesn't do a lot of damage, and it's not really that effective on PvP. Chi Burst is awful when it comes to PvP, because with Chi Burst you have to aim this in order to get a heal. I remember I faced this guy in a 1v2 and he was a monk, and he used Chi Burst to heal himself, which is completely awful, and I think he missed. So this is completely awful. This is like if you like Dragon Ball Z, this is like a Kamehameha ability, but only use this in PvP or PvE. I don't even know if it's good for PvE. I don't know. Just go for Chi Wave. Trust me. Now, on the third tier, you can choose between Ascension or Chi Brew. Chi Brew instantly restores 2 Chi and generates 2 stacks of Tiger's Eye Brew, maximum of 2 charges. Now, a lot of people don't know is the way you get Tiger's Eye Brew is through your mastery. You have a chance to proc an extra Tiger's Eye Brew, so this is great when you use in the beginning of a match. I used 2 Tiger's Eye Brew, or Chi Brew, sorry.
I cannot cast that.
I know you can't cast that, but I used 2 Chi Brews, and see I already have 4, but sometimes you might proc and you might get 8 Tiger's Eye Brew stacks at the beginning of the game, and it restores 2 Chi. And it also corresponds with your healing elixirs, which I'll get later on in the talent guide. Ascension you can use also. It adds extra chi to your chi bar, and your energy regeneration is increased by 15%, or mana if you're a Mistweaver. Now this is really good too, but I honestly like Chi Brew a lot better. It just fits my playstyle. Ascension you can use too if you know how to manage your chi, and you want a lot more energy. Well, actually no, Chi Brew you should get if you are really good at managing your chi and your energy. Ascension is really good for beginners. So for beginners, get Ascension, and then once you know how to manage your chi and you know your rotation and you're getting used to your abilities, go to Chi Brew. Definitely go to Chi Brew if you're 1v2ing. Now in the fourth tier, you can also decide between Leg Sweep or Ring of Peace. But Ring of Peace is situational. What Leg Sweep does is that you knock down all your enemies within 5 yards, effectively stunning them for 5 seconds. Spec into this talent, but when you're arenas, and depending if you're facing a mage or say a druid, a resto druid, or someone in particular, go Ring of Peace. Ring of Peace silences them for 4 seconds, and it keeps them in the ring. So as long as they're in the ring, they can't really cast anything that much. So definitely get Ring of Peace against mages is a must-have. If you're going for a mage, definitely get Ring of Peace. If not, if you're going against a melee or say anybody else, Lake Sweep is just as good against a lock or a shaman or anything in that manner. So definitely get Lake Sweep as your main ability, and if you're going against something like a Resto Druid or anything else, definitely get Ring of Peace. Now, on the 5th tier, a must-have is Healing Elixirs. Healing Elixirs, for every 18 seconds you get a Healing Elixir. Healing Elixirs heal you for 15% of your total health. The next time you get a damaging attack brings you below 35% health, your maximum, or of your maximum health, or you drink a brew or tea while injured. So this is one of your biggest heals that you have, is Healing Elixirs. That's just why I take Chi Brew, because this Chi Brew corresponds with your Healing Elixirs. Now keep in mind, if you drink brew or tea, when injured, your Healing Elixir will heal you. So if I use anything like, say, Nibble Brew, my Healing Elixirs will heal me. Energizing Brew, my Healing Elixirs will heal me. Chi Brew, my Healing Elixirs will heal me. Anything brew-wise, the reason I got Chi Brew, because it's like an extra heal, just in case these things are on cooldown, which that happens to me a lot and stuff. So definitely get Healing Elixirs. If you're going against, say, someone like a mage, like I said, any lock, like a lock or a double, like magical damage type of, or a caster class, definitely get Diffuse Magic. Reduces all damage taken by 90% and clears all magical effects on you, reversing them back to their original caster within 40 yards of, if possible. Lasts for 6 seconds. So this is really good against casters if you're against a double magical DPS type of people. Now in the last tier, it's also situational. I honestly go with Invoke Soon if you want something that's really bursty at one time and you want a pet. Say if you're against someone like a hunter or a caster, you can use this to have constant damage on them. If you want constant damage like all around, this replaces your spinning crate kick. This is called Rushing Jade Wind. Rushing Jade Wind allows you to have constant burst on your target, so this is really good against melee. But honestly, when I 1v2, I go with Invoke Zune. It's pretty much a pet you have, and it does a lot of damage, especially in 1v2s, because your goal in 1v2s is to DPS the target as fast as possible. So I go with Invoke Zune, in my opinion. Usually they like to run away when they're like below health, especially a warrior or any other caster class. Invoke Zoom keeps the constant damage on them. Russian Jade Wind keeps the constant damage, period. Say if you're doing 3s and you want to just keep the damage, going on the target, definitely get Russian Jade Wind. Now, whew, a lot of talking. Now for the glyphs. Now I go with Glyph of Touch of Death. Your Touch of Death no longer costs any chi. This is great. This is a must-have glyph in my opinion, for different situations. Say you're against a healer DPS, you definitely want to Touch of Death right away, and you won't have to worry about any chi. But you could replace this since the fact you have Chi Brew. So this is maybe situational, or not really situational. This is maybe, in your opinion, if you know how to manage your chi, you could take this glyph off and go say with something like Detox, heals the target for 5%. You can go with the other glyphs if you know how to manage your chi a lot easier. Or you can go with Expel Harm, use on other allies, but healing is reduced by 50%. So, yeah, you can go Detox, replace this with Detox. It heals you for 5%. But this is definitely a must-have. I'd rather use my chi on something else. Glyph of Forder's Fears, this is definitely a must-have. Falling below 25% health will automatically summon a healing sphere near you at no cost. This effect cannot occur often after 30 seconds. So this is a must-have when you're below about 25% health. It can save lives, this glyph right here. And the third glyph is a must. You need this glyph. Do not replace this glyph with anything else. Glyph of Touch of Karma. Your Touch of Karma now has 20 yard range. So now you can use Touch of Death as for range, pretty much. So you don't have to like be in melee range of somebody to 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 use Touch of Karma. This is definitely a must-have. You must have Touch of Karma. Now with minor glyphs, there's not really that much with minor glyphs unless you like cosmetic stuff. What you can get with the minor glyphs is that you can get the glyph of Blackout Kick. It deals 20% additional damage over 4 seconds, regardless of the positioning. When you're behind a target, you do more damage with your Blackout Kit. If you're in front of them, you do healing. So if you're pretty much good on survivability, definitely go for the glyph of Blackout Kick if you want to dish out more damage. 20% more damage is pretty handy. Glyph of Fighting Pose, everything else is pretty much cosmetic. Do not get glyph of Flying Serpent Kick. When you use Flying Serpent Kick, it cancels when you hit a target, so definitely don't get that. And yeah, and also I forgot to mention for the major glyphs, where is it at? Wow, this is an organized tutorial. Glyph of Paralyze. This is good if you want to replace maybe if you want to place Fortis Fears or the Glyph of Touch of Death. Your Paralyze ability also removes all damage over time effects from the target. So this could be good also if you maybe something messes up and you have a you're with a lock and a lock puts its dots on them and it cancels the Paralyze. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. My name is TechGamer. That's been a monk guide. I was going to do a lot better edited video, but I was like, this is going to take a while. So, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is TechGamer, and see you guys later.